Okay, everybody, so I am going to talk about a mantra or a chant or an affirmation that was channeled to me from a extraterrestrial named Riok. And so I'm going to write it down and then we're going to do it together. Okay, everybody. I got to hook up my other phone so that I can see comments. All right, so we had a session, it was channeled through this guy named Tyler, and he eventually gave me a mantra, and it was all about how we control reality, how we harmonize two different versions of reality, and so I'm going to put it all right here. So this was after some meditation, this was after some breath, and I'm going to write it all down, and then we can say it together. This is a call and repeat mantra, and this is all about how we imagine reality. So it's about how we can connect to ourself and then use that as a guidance system to connect to the choices that we make in reality. So this is a program. We're going to be programming our body. So it starts with I awaken. All right, so I would say I awaken, and then you would say I awaken. And then it's my inner ascended master. So obviously we are connecting with a grander part of ourself. And we want to program that we acknowledge that this inner ascended master recognizes the illusory nature of physical reality. So what does that mean? It means that this show that we are in is an illusion. And when we recognize that it's an illusion, then we can steer through it, right? So this whole thing is about how we can steer through realities. I don't want to say of our choosing, but that's the simple way of saying it. Realities of our choosing, but really what it means is we can harmonize to whatever is making up reality, which is source. We can harmonize to source to then be most powerful, to be the most powerful within the realities that we find ourselves in. Because if source is guiding us one way and we go the other way, then we are struggling against the universe, all right? And we are having to use force to go against the grain. What we ultimately want to do is be in our full power, our full potential, and that will be in harmony with the universe. And within our full potential, we are experiencing life more easily. All right, there's less force needed if there's more power, if you're in harmony with all of reality. That makes sense, right? If you're going against the grain, you're going to struggle. If you're not, then it's going to be riding a wave. You're going to be in the flow. So, illusory nature of physical reality. Now we are going to program something about our ascended master as well. I, as my... So if you're just joining me, this was Ascended Master Self. This is a chant from an extraterrestrial named Riok. All right, he's from the same species, if you want to call it a species, as Bashar, if you're familiar with him or they. As my ascended master self perceived physical experience. So now we have to define what physical experience is. If it's an illusion, what else? Like what is the illusion? Perceive physical experience. And you guys will be able to screenshot this when I'm done. Or save this. And you might want to send it to a friend right now. Perceive, and just put extraterrestrial chant. Perceive physical experience, what is this projection? It's a loving projection. Again, we are programming ourselves to be in alignment with this truth as a loving projection of my own imagination. We all are taught that imagination means fake, right? But it's the nation of our internal images, right? So every thought, every emotion, every action, every experience is an entire universe on its own. So within the image nation, we are able to create universes. So if we're in a reality that is different than our imagination, again, we're inharmonious. The whole point of this is to bring harmony within ourselves and within reality. Is connected of my own imagination. I understand that my imagination, so now we need to talk about what the imagination is. I understand or understand that, but this is simple language, that my imagination is connected to my spirit. So spirit would be similar to source, universe, God, higher self, however you want to define that. So, and now at this time, because it's always now, at this time, almost done here, I awaken the spiritual awareness, within, I think you guys can see all the way to the end of this board. Yeah. Okay, so you're awakening that connection to spirit. What does this do? That allows for me to, here's the good stuff, right? This is what the action, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's what all of this is going to do for us, to more easily. This is the increase of power I was talking to. More lucidly. Lucidly means what? It means we are awake in a dream. This being the dream. More passionately. So when we are deciding which directions to choose in life, because everything's a choice, right? We're all choosing yes, no, this direction, that direction, hang out with this person, hang out with that person, watch this, watch that. Let's see if I can tighten that. We want to use the emotions of passion, satisfaction, excitement to be the emotions that we follow, right? And as long that's us being in harmony with the universe, it expresses itself when we feel things like satisfaction, right? We know we're in the flow when we feel satisfaction. This struggle, hustle, that's a way you can force, but you're always going to be forcing till you die, unless you find what is satisfying to you, because that's satisfying to reality. So more passionately access my imagination, so I may learn to live as my spirit self. So I may learn to live as my spirit self. And so it is. So if we break this down, like I was saying, well, I already broke it down as I was saying it. So let's actually go ahead and say this. Just have to respond to this. So we're going to say this. So it's call and repeat, which means I'm going to say it, then you will repeat it. If you just did this, because I just did a live where everything was mirrored and now I'm redoing it, if you just did this, do it again. All right? So I'm going to say I awaken, then you say I awaken. Feel it though. Say it with your entire being. And it doesn't matter if you can't connect to the thoughts of what these things mean. Just say it, feel it with your totality. Because you are beyond your mind, right? You are much beyond your mind. So it's not going to matter if you don't comprehend it with your mind. So first we would close our eyes, breathe in through our nose, be comfortable. You can even lay down if you want. I just took a breath through my mouth. Make sure you're breathing through your nose. And take a deep inhale into your heart. And repeat after me. I awaken my inner ascended master that recognizes the illusory nature of the physical reality. I, as my ascended master self, perceive physical experience as a loving projection of my own imagination. I understand that my imagination is connected to my spirit, and I now, at this time, awaken the spiritual awareness within me that allows for me to more easily, more lucidly, more passionately access my imagination. So I may learn to live as my spirit self. And so it is. And so I was instructed in this moment to breathe regularly and just put my hands on my head and sort of stroke my hair or brush my hair just to bring me back to physical reality. Once again, this is not my mantra that I made up. This was channeled through a guy named Tyler by a extraterrestrial. I think there's more than one, but they call themselves Riok. And this had to do with a conversation of speaking to Riok about how we surf on the waves of reality and how to most effectively do that. Take a screenshot of this and it's yours. Oh, let me look at the comments, see if there's anything worth grounding. There's a lot of comments, but leave a comment on the actual post, y'all. Share it. This is some epic stuff.